customers.
You're on.
What color?
Huh?
You're on. Hold still. Smile.
Say what color?
Alright.
What color or what?
You say you talked to a couple of color people.
No, customers.
Oh,
Customers.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's having one way or another.
Hold still, Bob. We don't get too bright in here.
See him on the camera.
Boy, that's all I had to do with my time.
Bye-bye, Bruce.
Well, what? Say hello there,
Is
man.
that a movie thing?
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
on camera,
Oh,
man.
is that, you mean I'm on movie now?
Yeah.
Wow, got Councilmember Dan there taking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sincere when I say I just got through telling this thing. I said, you know, I just we kind of got where we're all working real good together, and now we're going to have new ones on there, you know, and of course you've always worked good with me. Of course you've always had your independent opinions too, which I expect anyone to have.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not one of the kind of people who expect everybody just go, it's not good, but when I put something together, put it forward, it's usually good enough, I think it'll go.
Well, what do you feel like were the biggest accomplishments we had during the past 2 years of our administration?
Well, we've had a lot of them. I think one of the biggest ones we've had, frankly, that we have got to sit, and you have to do that if you have anything. I think we have worked real well with our department heads, for one thing, with our people. But I think one of the biggest things we've done, and there again, the people have helped us do this. I think the turnaround in our finances, city-based city, and having the nerve and the intestinal fortitude to do what we had to do to get the city of finance in shape where we could move forward.
Now, we've also, starting down at the beginning, we went to Corpus Christi when we first got in office back in, was that in June of '81 approximately?
That's in July. We got that letter July the 2nd. In 32 days' time, we already had the money appropriated and everything. And they didn't tell us, they didn't say to us, if you'd like to, we'd like for you to build this. They said, you go until you're shut down, but we never were shut down, as you well know.
That's correct, because of our...
And that's why I told them at Lions Club, too. I told them, I said, you know, we never were shut down regardless. We had to shut down new subdivisions, families, businesses, which would cause a lot of influence.
The first major event that happened during our term, I suppose, was the resignation of Dan Hayes, and then after that, of course, when Mr. Johnson was fired. After that...
Johnson was not fired. Mr. Johnson was merely
terminated.
Terminated because his services weren't needed.
Well, after that...
As a full-time mayor, I didn't need Mr. Johnson. It's just that simple.
Well, after moving along, I'm talking about just events. After that, we went to Water Quality Control Board in Corpus.
We had to get a budget.
Put a moratorium on. Yeah.
We couldn't get a budget till we knew what got to audit, saw the condition of the city basically.
We're in very poor condition at that time, weren't we?
Well, yeah, I guarantee you. We couldn't have sold bond one. Now Mr. Fire said last time on this, we could probably get an A rating, but we couldn't have got a rating.
I want you to, so then we, after we did that, we were able to get the certificates of obligations. Then a couple of other things that happened during our administrations, the gas company helped us redo the police station.
Police station, community park, which was a considerable improvement.
Passed a hotel motel occupancy tax, which helped us to purchase the Gibson
building for cultural center. We just like one thing after another.
New water facility.
Drainage, street work,
we did have 3 lawsuits filed, but they all turned out, I hope they're going to be faulty. I'm sure they all hold up.
Anybody can sue anybody for anything they want to, you know. You can file a suit, but I don't think that they have any grounds for any of them, frankly.
What about, now we're talking, let's just talk about a little bit of old stuff. I want you to tell the story about Oyman with Papa Joe's building there.
Oh, yeah, when Mr. Dan had the grocery store and Herman got back to the war and then remodeling, old Herman was saying, tear this out, throw this out, tear this out. And finally Mr. Joe said, Wyman, you got plenty of money, y'all?
Yeah, you knew Papa Joe, didn't you?
Oh, you bet I knew Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe always sold me tickets to the Jewish barbecue. We was his.
That was one of the last things he told me. He goes, boy, y'all going to have trouble this year.
And I'll tell you what, he and his and the boy's mother, they're awful good friends with my mother and dad, too. They were awful good friends. My mother and Miss Den, the first Miss Den, your father's mother.
But during the war.
They were awful.
They both had children in the war, didn't they?
Friends. That's right. My mother, of course, lost one of her sons.
Yeah.
But they were awful good friends and remain good friends. But Mr. Joe and my dad have been friends for years and years and years.
Tell me something else now. We're getting a little away from that. You told me a story. I wanted to make sure it's on tape here about Mr. Joe Insminger going fishing. I wanted to hear that.
Is that about the time that he went out on Captain Bob's boat and a bunch of them were out there.
Captain Bob Parker.
Captain Bob Parker. They tied this, Joe's back was turned, they tied this bucket on Joe's line and threw it overboard. And then Mr. Bishop would run the boat, they'd signal for him to speed up, and Joe would reel in a while, and he'd get almost up there. They'd slow down, let him reel in, and get almost up there, and then he'd speed the boat up. He got the bucket up where he'd almost see it one time and said, "Man, that's got a big mouth." Look at that mouth on that fish.
Oh, gosh. Well, Mayor...
Joe and myself have always been good friends.
That's right.
You can't have jokes, but you can't.
That's right. For the record, about our tenure, my tenure on the city council,
Well, I think you've done a tremendously good job. I think you're a big help. I think you certainly have been an independent thinker, and I certainly don't want anyone sitting on the city council being not an independent thinker. They're no good to you. It's just going to be yes people. I don't want supervisor personnel to just say yes to.
It's all people to make the world.
That's right. Now, after you weigh it out, after everybody makes their opinion, after we all make a decision, then we got to get together and do it on what we all decide to do.
A major word that plays in a big part in that "we," doesn't it?
It sure does.
That big word "we."
Well, that's right.
Because no one can do it on their own.
Use the word "we." You can't do anything in this life by yourself. You know that.
That's right.
It's a we life. And it's just, it's just like if you're married, it's got to be a we situation with you and your wife.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on the council or whatever, if you're in the business, you don't get everything done in business by yourself. It's a we situation.
Yeah.
Just like I told my boys when I was in business, you see our customers a lot more than I do lots of times.
Yep.
So it's absolutely essential.
Well, listen, I'm going to have to run.
Okay.
Go back to work. So thanks for the interview. And it was nice knowing you.
Meyer, I tell you, our house is always open to you. You know that.
Well, I'll be over.
Vaccine can cook good food for you.
Well, when I come to town, I'm going to be over there to get me a free meal.
Well, you ain't left yet. You're not going to leave
That's
for a
right.
while. You know that.
You going to let me come over once before I leave?
Sure. You betcha. You
All
betcha.
right.
Take you to Caney.
Sound like a winner.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
What do you want to know about Paul 5? Oh, all right. Just a second. Meyer's sitting here with
You don't have that on
videotape.
Sure do. Smile, Margaret. Say something. How's it been to work with Meyer Denn on City Council?
The pits.
Oh. Remember that one I told you that night?
Mark, let me have last night's file.
And what I told you. Don't forget that night while we were having that very happy dance. You don't take very good pictures?
Do you have sound on that too?
I sure do, so you better stop saying stuff like that.
Because we're not set up our address.
Okay, let me get
Why
on.
aren't you
That's the
running?
correct address.
Oh, I gotta go a little bit further. If I'm gonna go any higher than being on City Council, I can't very well do it.
What I'm saying, our records are not
And-
set up our address. We understand.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can look that legal description up, but
Yeah. Say something, it's on.
low. What are you doing that for?
It's recording you.
I didn't recognize your manual. I'm sorry.
Manual? You just pick your paycheck up next week, all right? We'll pick it up together. We're both gonna be going.
Okay, go to Hawaii.
I'm going to Europe.
Where are you?
You don't have no tape in there either.
What? Sure, I have tape in there. Isn't it moving?
You didn't have much in there when I...
Yeah, but you had it on. You know, I only took 8 digits. You know,
You can play it back through there if you play
I watched it. Yeah,
How'd it come out?
come out good. Came out good. Just except that first little paragraph I think we clipped, and that's all.
How much did it miss the part where
I don't know. He didn't miss the part where I made my announcement.
I can't believe I just sit there and said, what the hell, what about touch that button? It went to where it
Came out pretty good. Yeah. And what are you doing over there, sitting there playing with that little machine?
I'm glad you're here. You know what she's doing?
Uh-oh. Doing her homework.
Long distance phone calls.
Well, let's see, y'all. Nice talking to y'all. Good thing I'm getting off the council when I am.
Talk about the city. As your mayor, I promise I won't have any of these young kids running my council meetings. I promise you that.
What was that promise again, Mr.
I'll
Kraft?
get rid of all these young whippersnappers.
I'm soaking in on your teeth now. Smile big. Hey, you didn't hear the big announcement?
What?
I just announced that I'm not running again.
You in Georgia?
I've had a lot of people that hit me up with it trying to get me to do it, but
You promised to fix my streets. I'll do your campaign now.
well, I'll fix your street. The Golden Arches. McDonald's.
Frank had one of those.
Frank Kraft does? Little Frank or Big Frank?
It sure worked fine. The sound is so great, isn't it?
Town does work.
What's this going to be for?
Huh? I'm just doing it while it's not my projector. I'm borrowing it from a friend. So I want to do it while I've got it, while I'm borrowing it.
Picture of you.
Do what?
Let me take a picture of you out there.
Hell, man, that wouldn't be...
Directing traffic.
That wouldn't be half bad, would it? This is Den Brothers Sporting Goods in Bay City, Texas. You can see the water tower there. That's looking directly out of the front window. I'll focus up on it, let you see it. Directly across the street from Den Brothers is the Bay City Bank and Trust building here in downtown. We're downtown 7th Street, 1911 7th Street. A lot of neat different things in Den Brothers. We've got